There is a certain understanding that you get on a deeper level once you start getting it to convert. And we've been able to pass off this inside of our PI track to our students. It wasn't just me trying to do this for myself. I did do it for myself, and it was a challenge that I put on myself. It was about a year ago. I'd done a bunch of different practice types, and I'm like, let's finally go back to, I used to actually start off with doing PI, one of the toughest ones. And I said, if I can also get other people to do this in the toughest market, then essentially any practice type I could essentially do. And so about 10 people, I believe at least 10 people, joined us. And we both, us and 10 others joined on this journey. And Moises, how many are you at now? 157 PI cases in California, one of the toughest markets. It is translatable. It's not just a one-off. It's not like one thing I tell you, it's it. It's a constant kind of progress and things that we went through, right? So it took a couple months and some coaching because things happen. Things might get suspended and things like that. But if you have the know-hows, you have the experience, and you have someone to guide you through this process and the resilience to keep you throughout this process, it does work. And then the intangible is the conversion, secret sauce and art and science too, which is a constant moving target and a constant learning, constant new things that I'm learning about conversions. Moises shares his amazing text that works, and then William talks about how he's tracking it and this, and we all, when we mastermind around that, little by little, we're helping each other convert better. And certain markets are better, things like that. Somebody says, we could also do this, amazing, somebody tries that. So it's that kind of masterminding really helps with that process. But it does work, translatable, we proved it.
One thing to add to that is that when you're running a campaign and it's producing cases that is below market value in this state. So like in California, the PI cost of case acquisition is about $2,500 to $3,000 right now, which is very high. So if you're running a campaign and you're getting them for $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, sell everything you got and buy everything there is, because it's not gonna stay the same. So you can't take your time and say, well, this is pretty good, I'm gonna know, it's gonna die. It's gonna go up to 3,000 and you're gonna try to figure out what the heck happened. Because it does that historically every few months. So if it goes up to 3,000, stop and find other ways. If it goes below 2,000, literally get all the money you can and buy everything there is.
You guys hear that? And then at this point, it's easy. Once we start getting converting, what do we do every single month, Moises? Just numbers and tracking, right? There's nothing to it. Just share your numbers. Great, you're doing great. Spend more. So it becomes easy at that point. And then the other part is things do change, as you mentioned. Things change, and luckily for me, I'm in a very interesting environment of friends with media buyers, other marketers. I get data. I'm doing a lot of my own stuff. So as I see the things, I do it right away inside one of my accounts. I see something here that I apply to this, and then next time you have a PI track, guys, don't forget to also do this. Things change, so you need to just like one-off do it. I promise whatever I'm doing now won't work in 6 months or won't work as nearly as well as now. But as long as you stay on top of it and mastermind around it and are open to sharing those things, then you'll continue growing. And then the other part I'll add to this is once you learn this process of learning how to fish, that's by far the most valuable thing, because you could, Moises and all the PI track members could go take this, apply the same idea to YouTube ads and any other platform or a new one that might come in the future. So that's, I think, the true ultimate value. Like, that's great and all. You got 157, but I'm pretty sure I think he's set for the rest of his life because he figured out the formula.
I was wondering, I'm currently using Grow and also manual spreadsheets for tracking conversion rate, and I've been trying to investigate different CRMs to see if any of them are a little bit more robust and can provide this data, because it's taking forever for my VAs to manually pull everything from Grow and then get it all together.
Really no, because I'm partnered with Filevine, Clio, Leadify, and KSpear. And I see all this stuff happening, and we have our own lead tracking, management, cost of client acquisition system too. Still, we go back to a lot of the Google Sheets and tracking because it's real time and it's sort of more customizable. If I go with Clio Grow, or even on the Filevine, you have the lead docket, does the same thing. We haven't been able to figure it out to be the level that we wanted. It sort of like makes you feel good kind of a data, but it's not something that I'm willing to invest a lot of money on.
To this too is the right CRM is the CRM that you implement. So don't overthink too much, which is right for me. They're all more or less the same, more or less. The only difference is there's some that are easier than others, and depends on what type of firm you are and what your capability is. If you can really handle it and you have a lot going on, then maybe HubSpot is the most capable, but it's also like HubSpot and Follow-On, but those are really robust and takes a lot. Or there could be much easier solutions that are easier. So I would say let's start off with the easier, at least build the momentum, build that habit, and don't overthink it. Just have an implementer that could help you start the momentum, and the rest will kind of play itself out.